Hey, what's up, everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about why I love Baki the Grappler and why I love UFC. And guys, stay steady in the pursuit of your dreams and goals. I believe in you. You are on the path for greatness. You're born to win, born to achieve, and I believe in you guys. Keep up the great work. And now Baki is just incredible, and UFC is incredible, both for a lot of reasons. So for one, I'm happy that Baki the Grappler even exists. What Baki the Grappler is, it's pretty much an anime version of the UFC. And so it just takes like what the UFC is and then just exaggerates it to like 1,000%, and you just get these really insane fights. If you've never seen Baki, it's a mature manga. It's made for people who are 18 and up. It has a lot of wild stuff in it. The anime is great, but the manga, in my perspective, is a little bit better. The series that's popular right now is actually season 3 is where it starts. The anime that's on Netflix, that's actually season 3 where it really starts. And season 1 and 2, it was animated like decades ago, so it doesn't look very great. It's still pretty cool, but the manga version is vastly superior to the season 1 and season 2 anime, the old school anime. It's vastly superior, and anyone who's read the manga will tell you that. It's just obvious. The anime in season 1, season 2, they censored a lot of it. I highly recommend for people who are 18 and up, if you want to get into Baki, you should read it first, or you can just watch some of the Netflix anime, whatever you want. It's all just insane fights. That's what Baki's about. Baki and with UFC fighters. One thing that I really love about both of them is that the characters in Baki and UFC fighters in real life, they are super alive human beings. They have to develop this incredible mindset to be able to physically train themselves, practicing a martial art day after day, year after year, weight cutting. Some of the UFC fighters, man, they cut like 30 pounds, some of these guys. I believe I heard in one interview, this one fighter saying that he fights at 150, but in the off season, the highest he gets up to is 192. And it's like, these kind of guys are insane. Like, to weight cut that much is insane. To train as much as they train is insane. And then to go battle another human being who has also done that, and then you can defeat them, and some of them never lose. Like Khabib never lost. It baffles my mind. They're very much into what they're doing, and they have to be, because it's extreme. It's extreme to fight another person, especially to do it as a living. Like, that's how they're making their living. And the other thing is, like, a lot of these fighters don't make like any money for a very long time, so they have to become extremely good before they can even have a chance at making a good living from fighting. UFC itself sounds like a concept that should only be an anime, but it's real in our actual world, and that's just so crazy. Everything that I said about UFC, all of that applies to Baki the Grappler too. One of the big things I've learned from watching Baki the Grappler is that it's worthwhile to be strong in life, because all those characters, they're strong, not just physically but mentally strong, because, you know, the same thing I said about UFC fighters, they have to train. Like Baki, his whole life is training and fighting, his whole life, and these guys are just absolutely in the zone all the time, and it is so cool. I love that about Baki. These guys are just amped about fighting. Like, if you're over 18 years old, you need to read the Maximum Tournament arc. In my opinion, it's the best arc of Baki that I've read so far. My favorite character, Shiboku Goku, I don't remember his exact name, the judo man, he's super alive too, and he's like 75 years old. One of my favorite scenes in Baki, in the manga, he was fighting Doppo, and there's this moment where Doppo was like turning his back to the judo man, and the judo guy was like, he could tell it was a trap, but his pride as a fighter was so much that he still willingly went into the trap. He had this crazy line where he was like, to ignore the taunt of an opponent, I'm far too young for that. And the man's 70 years old, and he's talking about how he's gonna fight for another 20 years after that. It's like, bro, that's so cool. And I might have messed up the story a little bit, but that was the general vibe of it, and people who've read that arc know what I'm talking about. When I'm watching Baki, dude, that's like a straight up shot of testosterone, man. Like, it's almost impossible to watch an episode of Baki and not do push-ups afterwards, because you just end up thinking like that. It's just like every single character in Baki is buff for no reason. There will be some random side character, they're absolutely swole for no reason. And it's like everyone in Baki is buff. Everyone that has a fight in Baki, the fight is insane. It's incredible. So if you haven't seen Baki, check out Baki. It is so good. If you like UFC, you will like Baki. Almost guaranteed. Because it's just an anime version of UFC, and it's UFC exaggerated. Let me know what you guys think about Baki. Let me know what you think about UFC. And here's the other interesting thing. I rarely see people talk about both. It's typically like you'll see one person just talking about UFC, or you'll see one person just talking about Baki. Let me know in the comments if you like Baki and UFC, or if you just like UFC and you just like Baki. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, guys, they're both fantastic. Thank you for watching this video. You guys have a great rest of your day.